And I'm back with the grand final of Open Gaming Series, the Trackmania 2 Stadium Tournament. We had 2 semifinals played before this, and the 4 players that advanced to this grand final were Beef and Zack from the first one, and then Habi and Scrapie from the second. The format in the semi were 6 rounds played on 3 maps. For the final though, we will switch it to Cup mode with finalists. The point limit is 120. So for those who watched ESWC, it's exactly the same as that. In the prize pot is €150 divided between top 3. First place will get 80, second will get 50, and third will get 20. Fourth place will get nothing. So that's the end of the warm-up, and we will start this grand final. Of course, Habi already has won 1 final. There were also a Spanish tournament played at the same time as this international tournament of Open Gaming Series, and Habi dominated that final and won it easily. Let's see if he can do it on this in this final as well. I don't think so, because now the opponents are much tougher. Beef dominated his semi-final, did really well in that one. Won against Zack and Tween, who got eliminated. You see here in the first round, Habi has actually dropped down to 4th place. Zack in the lead just ahead of Scrapie, then Beef at 3rd. See if Habi can make a comeback. We also got a dangerous hole here in the end of the map where we can see some mistakes. Here it is, and it's gonna happen to Scrapie! Scrap fall down to 4th place. Zack will take 1st place instead, ahead of Beef and then Habi. Yeah, that hole is dangerous, that's for sure. You really don't want to drive over it with your wheels, but it's very tempting though, because then you get a shorter route to the finish line, so you can gain some hundreds with that. So yeah, Scrapie will drop down to 4th place, and here's Beef now at 4th place into the second round. We still play 6 rounds on each map though. 3 maps in total. This one is Friction by Fuzzy. And Habi now with a much better start, but then clips the pole! And he's back to 4th place. Scrapie in the lead. Can he stay in front this time? Zack though is battling together, can take 1st place. Good turn there from Zack, and also Beef comes back, but he's not gonna be able to. Yes, he is actually able to pass Scrapie there in the end, because he finished much more to the left than Scrapie. So Beef will actually take 2nd, but Zack will take 1st. And then Habi at 4th. Zack in the lead in total, 20 points. Beef at 16. Scrapie and Habi both at 11 points. Habi now going a bit wider here, but should have good speed though. Means at 4th. Close pack of players in front of him, with Zack having a very small lead, just ahead of Scrapie and Beef. Oh, Beef will actually drop down a bit, opens up for Habi to come back, but he has a bad landing there, so he's still at 4th place. Zack in the lead. Who's gonna take 1st here? Scrapie and Beef, but passing Zack at the end. Oh, it's gonna be Beef who takes it. No, wait. Both Beef and Scrapie with the exact same time, and then Zack 100 behind them. Who took 1st there? I guess it was Beef who got 10 points. The game, I don't know exactly how it works if there's a tie. Unfortunately, there's no like clear way of determining who's gonna get the more points. Unfortunately, I think Beef got 10 points though. 2 points behind Zack, then Scrapie at 21, and Habi at 16. Very close round. Let's see if this one's gonna be as close. Beef there with the bad drop. Hits the wall, hits the road a bit awkwardly at 4th place now. Zack in the lead ahead of Scrapie and Habi. Good turn there from Beef though. Might be able to pass Habi here in the end. No, not the best line. Zack is gonna take 1st. 36.32 by Zack. Very good time. Scrapie 45. And then I didn't see the other 2 players' times. But yeah, that's the end. Wait a minute. What? Okay. Okay, I didn't know that. So apparently there are only 4 rounds. The format is different for each map so far. For each match, I mean. But anyways, whatever, I guess. So yeah, that's the end of the first map. 4 rounds are played. Zack in lead with 36, Scrapie at 29, also Beef at 29, and Habi at 22 points. Almost said 22nd again. Okay. So we'll do a warm-up round. This map is Leopard Gecko by Shorts. And unfortunately can't see the online record on this server. So can't really see how good of a time the players have. Noteworthy about this map though is the end. This final turn here, it's kind of difficult. You have a transition from grass to road and then a bunch of poles as well that can be in the way. So even if you're in the lead going into that final turn, you can still lose that lead very easily. So we'll see how the players will handle it. We are going live, continuing this grand final. Zack in lead, Scrapie at second together with Beef, and Habi is at fourth. So Zack currently in the lead of this grand final. First place will get 80 euros, second will get 50, and third will get 20. Fourth place will get nothing. Don't want to be that player. Oh, Scrapie clips the wall early on into this round. Beef takes the lead ahead of Habi, then Zack. This landing can be a bit difficult. You want to build up a lot of speed over this long stretch, and Beef will clip the wall. Went a bit too wide. Habi takes over the lead instead, but it's still got the last turn left. He will make it though. 38.57, 600 ahead of Zack, 90 others ahead of Scrapie, and 92 hundredths ahead of Beef. So with that, Habi catches up to the other players quite a lot. Still at 4th place though. But it's only 12 points behind Zack in the lead. So very close so far. As we begin the next round. This time Scrapie with no mistake here. Instead Beef has dropped down to 4th place. 1700s, 1000s now behind the rest of the players. Gets a small bump there, but no punish for it. So good speed here. We'll pass Habi. Looks like there's gonna be a fight between Scrapie and Zack for first place. The last turn will decide it, and it's gonna be Zack. 400s ahead of Scrapie, 1600s ahead of Beef, and 3800s ahead of Habi. Pretty good round. So with that, Zack can extend his lead up to 54 points now. Scrapie at 43, Beef at 40, and Habi at 37. Beef hitting that border in the start, really not necessary, very risky. And this time he got a slowdown from it. The other players wisely, I think, avoided that border. And now ahead of Beef. Zack at 3rd, got Habi and Scrapie in front of him. See if he can get a good ending though. Will pass Habi. Scrapie still in the lead. Habi actually with a good turn. They're still in it. Last turn, it's gonna decide it. And it's gonna be Zack who takes it. Great ending from Zack. Wow, that was a sick ending from Zack. 100 ahead of Scrapie. Then Habi 0.82. And Beef a bit further back after his early mistake. Zack at 64, Scrapie at 51, Beef at 45, and Habi at 43. Another bad start here for Beef. A bit better though, didn't get the bump from the border. 3rd place right now behind Scrapie and Habi. Zack just behind him, we'll pass him now. Oh, Beef with the landing bug. Saw that happening to Mars 89 in the semifinal. Scrapie looking to take home this win. See if he can stay in front of Zack. Yes, he will. But as you saw, Zack actually did that ending much better than Scrapie. It's important that you finish a lot to the left because it's much shorter than going to the right with a lot of speed. So Zack doing that ending well. So that is the end of the second map, of course. Zack at 72 points, Scrapie at 61, Beef at 50, and Habi at 49. Zacky and Scrap. Alright. So, the third map will be Puppy by Wormy. We'll start with the warm-up round, and yeah, the final will not be over after this, especially not with only 4 rounds played on each map. So we will see maybe all the 3 maps twice, all 3 maps twice. It's a possibility. Point limit is of course 120, so we are far away from reaching that. We probably won't see all 3 maps twice, I don't think so, but 2 more at least, I believe. And that is the end of the warm-up round. Very short maps, of course. So that means that the rounds also could be very close. But it also means that the players might take bigger risks and might make more mistakes. So yeah, that's the end of the warm-up. Let's continue. Zack in lead, Scrapie at second, Beef at third, and Habi at fourth. Zack has done well so far. Let's see if he can keep it up. Continue building his lead. Good start here for Habi, but we'll see Zack passing him in that turn. It's very close though. Even Beef is in it, even though he's at 4th place, only 900s behind. And good turn here from Beef as well, I think. Let's see. Yeah, should have good speed here. So Beef coming back strongly with good speed. Goes up to 3rd place, maybe. No, goes too wide here, so he's not going to be in it for 1st place. Scrapie or Zack once again, and Scrapie loses his grip in the downhill. And Zack can pass him because of it. Habi will also drop down to 4th place. Beef actually in the semi-final did this ending really good. He passed Zack several times. He was like 10 hundredths behind Zack, but still was able to finish ahead of him in the end. So Beef, as long as he can be in the fight for 1st place coming up to the 1st turn, he probably should win, because he looks very strong on this map. We'll see if that's gonna happen though. We have Zack with a mistake here in the start. 4100s behind the rest of the players, and Scrapie drops down in speed. All of a sudden Scrapie takes over that 4th place, and we have a fight between Habi and Beef for 1st place. Let's see now if Beef's gonna do this ending as I predict. Yeah, he's gonna pass Habi here. Very good ending from Beef. He just has figured it out compared to the other players. So Beef with 10 points, 66, still at 3rd though. Zack still in lead, Scrapie still at 2nd, Habi still at 4th. But once this 3rd map is over, we might have a closer score. Because I think, especially Beef is definitely better on this map. Although, as I say that, he has a terrible start to this 3rd round. There's only 4 rounds played, of course, so gotta make it count. And right now, Beef is not doing that. And a huge bump there from Zack. He almost flipped his car. Incredible. So Scrapie and Habi will pass him, and who's gonna take first? Different lines here approaching the ending. Scrapie keeps his grip this time and able to stay in front. 39.21, Habi 0.25, Beef 0.51, and Zack 42.02. So the others definitely catching up to Zack with that round. Zack though at in the lead with 93, Scrapie at 84, Beef at 72, and Habi at 70. Final round now of this 3rd round. Better start for Beef. Needs to win. Oh, whoa! Zack almost went too wide. Was able to get back on track. Oh, what Scrapie and Beef hitting the same wall, I think. So we got Scrapie also with a mistake. Only Zack remains here without any errors, and he is gonna win this one easily. So yeah, the other 3 players basically giving Zack that 10 points, and Zack of course receives it with pleasure. So 103 points now for Zack, Scrapie at 92, Beef at 77, and Habi at 76. So now we will go back to the 1st map. Zack could be finalist in 2 rounds. if he does well. So the first map, of course, Friction by Fuzzy. Habi wants to skip the warm-up. I don't know if the others want to do that though. I don't think so. I would guess. No, it seems like the players will drive the warm-up. Some players don't like driving the warm-ups, and some like to do it. It's very personal what you prefer. I think it's very good though that there's only one warm-up, because it gets kind of dragged out if there's more than one. So it's good with only one, I think. So yeah, Zack definitely in a good position, but cannot feel safe. Scrapie is not far behind from him. Then Beef and Habi a bit further back, but who knows? They might make a comeback. Definitely have shown that they can win rounds in this match, so you never know, especially not with finalist mode. But that's the end of the warm-up, so let's see, will Zack take it home on this map? There is a possibility of that happening. Of course, first place will get 80 euros, second will get 50, and third will get 20. So let's follow Zack as we go live into the first round. He did well here, first time it was played. Modest start though at third place behind Scrapie and Beef. Habi at fourth place. Zack still in it. Goes for a wider line here. Good speed. Can go up to first place. Oh, but that's a better line from Scrapie. Last turn's gonna decide it. Oh, and Scrapie goes a bit too close to the wall, and the border will punish him. Throws him to the side. Oh, and Beef on his back. What happened to Beef? He asked if respawn is allowed. He retires that round actually. Yeah, respawn is allowed, so he should have respawned there and still got the points. But now, no points for Beef. Zack takes first, up to 113 points. But he still needs to win this round though. I think the point system is 10-6-4-3 if I'm not mistaken. So I think Zack needs to win this round if he wants to be finalist. Oh, but that's not gonna happen, I think. Oh, Beef hits the wall as well. So Zack up to third, but he needs to take first though, and it's light years away from Habi and Scrapie. Scrapie seems to have a bit of a trouble with this ending. This time no faults, and he's gonna take it 36.39, solid time as well. Habi second, Zack third, and Beef fourth. So Zack with that third place. Okay, so I guess the point system was not 10-6-4-3. Zack is 1 point away from being finalist. That's the worst possible situation for Zack. So basically he just needs to finish this round now to be finalist, but he still wants to take first though to avoid the other players getting closer to him. So let's see if he can do that. Right now not looking very positive for him. He is at third place, 1200 behind Scrapie. Needs to have a crazy ending if he wants to catch up. Oh, Beef with a no drift there, so Zack can go up to second place, but he's still far ahead of Scrapie, who does another very good time. 0.36 this time, 3300 instead of Zack. Zack is the only finalist though for this round, and this round only, because Scrapie is only 2 points away. Then Habi at 98, Beef at 87. Beef has done terrible on this map. Ooh, and where? What? That was not good for Zack. Got a slight bump from the border in the start. That's gonna cost him 1300, which is quite a lot in this game, especially on this kind of easy map. He will pass Habi though, but still very far away from Scrapie and Beef once again. Scrapie looks very good on this map, but then hits the wall just as I say that. So Beef can go up in lead, and Zack can go up to second place. Habi will also pass Scrapie. 36.55 by Beef gives him 10 points. Habi with 6, Scrapie with 5, and Zack with no points. So I think Zack is happy. Zack, I keep saying Zacky. I think Zack is happy that he doesn't have to play this map anymore, because he was not doing well on it. So it's gonna be decided on this map. Leopard Gecko by George. Scrapie and Zack are both finalists. Habi at 104 points, Beef at 97. Both those players need a couple of more rounds before they can join up with Scrapie and Zack. We'll do one warm-up, of course. And Zack started off this final very good, but lately here in the end, Scrapie has been looking the best. So yeah, I don't know. Both those players could make it. Not if Zack gets that though in the next round. And of course, Beef and Habi could make a comeback as well. Alright, that is the final warm-up of this match. I believe so, yes, it should be. Scrapie and Zack both are finalists. Habi at 104, Beef at 97. And of course, for those who don't know, if you're a finalist, you have to win one round to secure your position. So Zack and Scrapie looking to take first now and take first in the whole tournament. Will this be the final round for them? Oh, Scrapie takes a huge risk in the start. Tries to drive over that border for a shorter line, but instead he's gonna fall down to 4th place, and I have some lag, unfortunately. There we go. Oh, that's what? Invalid times. Alright, so we'll have to restart that round. Zack cannot feel happy about that because he had a very good lead. He was on his way to win that one, and then we got a server lag, so that is incredibly unfortunate. That sucks. So we'll just have to do this again. Alright, will we see Zack? I mean, that really sucks for Zack, especially because he had the lead there. Let's see if he can redo it. Gotta keep his focus up. Scrapie can be much more thankful for that. So here we go. Beef and Habi will actually take the lead. For a moment at least. Scrapie and Zack both in it as well. Oh, a small mistake there from Zack. He's gonna lose his speed. Now it's up to Habi and Beef to defeat Scrapie. Otherwise Scrapie is gonna win this tournament. Here we go. Habi and Beef with not as good speed. Scrapie with much more speed. Catching up. He's gonna pass Beef, but still behind Habi though. Last turn. And Habi's gonna stay in front. And also Beef actually, because Scrapie continues to have trouble doing this ending as he should. He goes way too wide. He did it the first time as well. So that means Habi and Beef catching up. No winner. Scrapie and Zack with their second chance now as finalists. Actually, this is the Zack's third chance. He gets a bad start. And Scrapie in the top. That's a good turn though from Zack. A lot of speed here. Great stuff from Zack. Goes up to 3rd place. Passes Scrapie, who's at 4th place. And there we have Beef hitting the pole. He's out of it. And then Habi with a small bump there at the platform. Zack and Scrapie up in the lead now. Who's gonna take this one? Zacky with more speed. Zack. I keep saying Zacky. I don't know why. Zack is gonna win this one or not. Yes, he will. Scrapie with a better ending this time. But no, it wasn't enough. And Zack is gonna take 1st place of Open Gaming Series. So congratulations to him, he wins 80 euro. But we aren't done yet. We will also decide 2nd and 3rd place. Habi has joined up with Scrapie as finalist. Could take 2nd place and be rewarded with 50 euro. They both take the lead. Beef is at 3rd place. Oh, Habi almost made a huge mistake there, but he's still in it though. He's at 2nd. Scrapie will pass him. Also Beef, bad landing from Habi. Looks like Scrapie is gonna take 2nd place there as long as he can do the ending somewhat decent. Here we go, and it's gonna be Scrapie. So Scrapie will take 2nd. and will get 50 euro. And now we have one, actually it could be 2 more rounds left to be played because Beef is still not finalist. So Beef needs to win 2 rounds in a row. Habi will get 2 chances here to take 3rd place and get 20 euro, and he gets a great start because Beef once again goes for that risky route over the border, and it doesn't pay off once again. So 4200 is behind now. This is Habi's round to lose. Can he keep it though? The pressure is high now. He knows perhaps that Beef has made this early mistake, so all he needs to focus on is to not crash. So far so good for Habi, coming up to the last and final turn. Here we go, Habi for 3rd place, and he's gonna do it. So Habi will take 3rd place. 1st place though will go to Zack, who will get 80 euro. Scrapie takes 2nd and will get 50. Habi takes 3rd and will get 20, and then Beef takes 4th and will get no prize money. That is the end of this tournament. Thanks to the organizers who organized it. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see ya next time.